You're just perp back with another video, and finally, we get a good episode of American Horror Stories. It's been 5 episodes in, and man, this is the most American Horror Story has felt as far as the American Horror Stories, because nothing has really felt like American Horror Story. It doesn't feel like a lot of these stories take place in this universe. They're just kind of like, I don't know, like really throwaways. I wish we would have got more of this type of story, these types of stories. But anyways, so this is starring Billie Lourd, and she's pretty much a American Horror Story alumni. So it's dope to see her in this. You know, she plays this chick that wants to get pregnant. She wants to have a kid. But then once she realizes she has this kid, it's not all what it cracked up to be, which leads into pretty much what's going to happen. And you can kind of somewhat predict what's going to happen all the way through this. That's one gripe I would say about this. This was definitely well paced, with it being like a 50-minute episode. That's a negative for me, though. As far as everything else going on in this episode, I'm okay with. The story is something you've seen before. This chick gets pregnant, of course, but what ends up making her get pregnant, or leads her into getting pregnant, is she randomly takes this little statue or something like that. It looks completely weird, and I don't know why they do this in horror movies nowadays. That you would think the main character would be smart enough not to take a random item from a complete stranger. So she takes this home, and then we do this little jump cut 16 months later, where she's starting to regret, all of these decisions. And there's a lot of twists and turns towards the end with the husband in this story. I like the music. The music was really dope. The tone, and I like I'm always appreciative of, those isolated type of horror movies where it's just focusing on one character or a couple of characters. And I do like the design of like the demon ball that they use in this. And, there are some really interesting Easter eggs, if you would want to call them that, like the statue of Aleister Crowley. It's so funny and blatant. If you know, you know, but I'm not gonna get into it. Yeah, so definitely solid episode. Aside from my negatives being that the story is pretty predictable as it goes along. I do like the ending for what it was. It's still, I don't know, maybe I gotta rewatch this. It's a solid episode. I feel like they still could do better. I'm kind of honestly now worried about season 10, because if Ryan Murphy is kind of just throwing these out, what does that say about the quality of season 10? I hope it's not the case and season 10 is really good. But yeah, this is my short take. It's your kind of run-of-the-mill type of story. I don't know if you could compare this to Rosemary's Baby. I don't know if you could do that, but let me know how you guys feel about this episode in the comments below. I'm gonna keep this one short. Till next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.